Beloved audience, I welcome you to this divine hour of revelation. Today we do not gather to merely discuss money. We come to command it, multiply it, and most importantly, spiritualize it. The world has taught you to chase money. I say to you, money is not your master, it is your servant. You were never meant to struggle, strive, or starve in the presence of divine opulence. Today we step into authority. Today we proclaim, I command my money to multiply forever, not through greed, but through spiritual alignment, not through fear, but through faith in divine supply. Let us begin. When acknowledge that money is spiritual. Ladies and gentlemen, beloved friends, I want to begin this sacred journey with a truth that may surprise you, yet it holds the key to unlocking your financial destiny. Money is spiritual. Yes, I say it again for those who have not yet heard or who resist it. Money is spiritual. It is not merely paper or metal, not just numbers on a screen or digits in a bank ledger. It is a sacred current, a divine flow of energy that courses through the universe and through your life. For far too long, humanity has misunderstood money. The common tales tell us that money is evil, that it is the root of all corruption, that to love money is to love sin. But I stand here to correct this misconception with the authority of divine law and the wisdom of the ages. Money is neither good nor bad in itself. It is like fire, it can warm your home or burn it down. It is like water, it can quench your thirst or drown you. It is a neutral force of the universe, a tool fashioned by divine intelligence to manifest your needs and your desires in the material world. You see, my friends, money is a symbol of circulation. It is the language the universe speaks when it comes to your prosperity. Let me explain. Everything in nature moves in cycles and flows. Rivers flow, seasons turn, the breath enters and exits the lungs. Life itself pulses in rhythms. Money too is part of this cosmic dance. It moves, it circulates, it expands and contracts. When money is held tightly with fear, it stagnates. When it is given freely with love, it multiplies. Therefore, the first step to commanding your money to multiply forever is to acknowledge the spiritual nature of money. To realize that money is not a curse, but a blessing, not a burden, but a blessing carrier. You may ask, how can I see money as spiritual when I am struggling to pay my bills, when I face debt and lack? The answer lies in understanding that your belief about money shapes your reality. The spiritual nature of money means that the thoughts you hold about money have the power to create or destroy your wealth. The great metaphysical teachers have long said, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Your heart's thoughts about money are the invisible blueprint upon which your financial reality is built. So if you think money is scarce, you are building scarcity. If you think money is evil, you are building separation from money. But if you think money is divine, if you understand it as a living force that is meant to serve your highest good, then you open yourself to receive its endless supply. Now let us delve deeper. Money is the visible form of invisible energy. It is the result of creative thought turned into action. You cannot hold energy in your hand, but you can hold money because it is energy made tangible. Imagine this: when you plant a seed, you cannot see the energy beneath the soil, yet from that hidden energy, a mighty tree grows. So it is with money. Your thoughts, your faith, your declarations are seeds planted in the fertile soil of your subconscious. The money that appears in your life is the fruit of those seeds. If you want money to multiply forever, you must first plant seeds of positive, abundant thought. You must feed those seeds with faith, water them with gratitude, and protect them from the weeds of doubt and fear. I want you to take a moment right now and repeat after me from the depths of your soul. Money is divine. Money is good. Money serves my highest purpose. Say it with conviction. Say it until you believe it. Say it until it becomes a law within you. When you accept money as spiritual, you are no longer limited by human scarcity. You step into the divine law of abundance. Now some of you may be thinking, but what about the greed and corruption we see around money? Isn't that proof that money is evil? My answer is this: the evil is not in the money itself, but in the misuse of money. When money is worshipped as the highest good, or when it is hoarded in selfishness, it becomes a prison. But when money is used as a tool to bless others, to uplift, to create beauty and service, it becomes a channel of grace. The wise person understands this balance. Money is not the goal, but the servant of the goal. I want you to picture money as a river of divine energy flowing through your life. This river is eternal. It has no end. When you stop damming the river with fear and doubt, the river rushes freely, bringing you more than you ever imagined. Now here is the secret most do not realize. Money loves to be commanded. It responds to authority. Just as a mother commands her child to behave, so you must command your money to multiply. This is not arrogance. This is spiritual law. When you declare with confidence, I command my money to multiply forever, you are speaking the language of the universe. You are aligning your will with divine abundance. But you must believe these words. You must feel them in your heart, otherwise they are empty. Remember, money is like a mirror. It reflects your inner state. If you are fearful, it shows fear. If you are joyful, it multiplies joy. Therefore, your first step is to change your inner conversation about money. No more speaking of lack. No more complaining about bills. No more fearing scarcity. Instead, speak of wealth, of plenty, of divine provision. Begin your day with these affirmations. Practice these affirmations daily. Let them be the drumbeat of your soul. Now, my dear friends, I know some of you feel unworthy. You believe that wealth is for others, but not for you. Let me tell you now, that is a lie planted by fear. You are a child of the infinite. You are entitled to the riches of the universe. Your very life is a gift of abundance. Do not allow anyone, including yourself, to diminish your worth. Declare boldly, I am worthy of wealth. I receive it now with gratitude and joy. The spiritual law of money does not discriminate. It responds to your belief, your faith, your command. Another point I must impress upon you is this: money is not your enemy. Your mistaken beliefs about money are. So if you have a story of poverty, lack, or misfortune tied to money, it is time to rewrite that story. Replace it with the truth that money is a blessing. Let your new story be one of divine wealth, constant supply, and joyful circulation. I want to give you a practical tool to start this shift. Every time you handle money, be it receiving your paycheck, paying a bill, or spending on yourself, pause and speak a blessing over it. Say quietly or aloud, I bless this money, I send it back multiplied, I release it with love. This simple act turns the exchange into a sacred ritual of abundance. Money is a sacred trust between you and the universe. Handle it with respect. Remember this well, the universe cannot give you what you do not respect. When you honor money as spiritual, you set the stage for it to grow. Now some may ask, what about those who have lost money, who have suffered financial ruin? I say, do not look at the loss as the end, but as the clearing of the old to make way for the new. Money, like the tide, recedes to come back stronger. Do not despair. Do not harden your heart. Open yourself to the spiritual nature of money, and the doors will open. Let me leave you with this divine promise. When you acknowledge money as spiritual and treat it as sacred, you align yourself with the infinite well of abundance. Your money will multiply forever, not just for your needs, but for your greatest service. You are no longer a victim of circumstance. You are a commander of wealth. Speak with authority over your finances. Beloved friends, having accepted the sacred truth that money is spiritual, we now step into the second great law of prosperity. Speak with authority over your finances. You see, the power of your spoken word is tremendous. It is the wand that creates your reality. It is the hammer that builds or destroys your financial house. It is the magic that calls money to you or drives it away. I remind you of a great and eternal principle. The word is law. Before the stars were formed, before the earth was shaped, the universe was brought into existence by the word, the spoken command of God. So when you speak, you are using divine power. Your words are creative forces that mold your future. Now, most people use this power unconsciously. They complain about money. They say, I never have enough. They grumble. Money is always slipping away. Oh, but I tell you, every such word is a decree, a seed planted in the fertile ground of the subconscious mind. If you want your money to multiply forever, you must become the master of your words. You must learn to speak with authority. This means you no longer beg for money. You no longer hope or wish. You command. When you say, I hope to have enough to pay my bills, you are planting seeds of lack. You are inviting uncertainty. But when you say, I have more than enough, money flows to me freely and abundantly, you plant seeds of wealth. Your words become laws to your subconscious mind, and the subconscious obeys your commands without question. Do you realize this? Your subconscious is like a loyal servant. It hears every word and acts upon it. If you command it to see lack, it will bring lack. If you command it to see abundance, it will bring abundance. Therefore, guard your tongue. Speak only words that reflect the reality you wish to create. If you are tempted to complain about financial challenges, pause and redirect. Replace every negative statement with a positive command. Instead of saying, "I am broke," say, "I am financially prosperous and secure." Instead of saying, "I cannot pay this bill," say, "I have all the resources I need to pay my bills with ease." Instead of saying, "Money is hard to come by," say, "Money comes to me easily and frequently." Let me give you a powerful exercise. Every morning, before you leave your bed, stand before your inner mirror and speak your financial affirmations aloud. Here are some to start with. Dehe. I command my money to multiply forever. I release all fear and doubt about money. My income is constantly increasing. I am worthy of financial abundance. Say these words as if you mean them. Feel the power behind the words. Let them resonate through your entire being. As you do this consistently, you reprogram your subconscious mind, and your outer reality begins to reflect your inner declarations. Now, I hear some of you asking, but what if I don't feel worthy? What if my circumstances seem to contradict my word? My answer is this. Faith is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. You do not need to wait until your bank account swells before you speak words of wealth. Speak those words first, and your reality will follow. The wise builder does not wait for the house to appear before laying the foundation. The foundation is laid first, and the house comes after. Your spoken word is your foundation. Also, understand that you are speaking not just to your conscious mind, but to the great creative force within you. Your subconscious mind does not argue or debate. It accepts your command as fact and works to manifest it. So do not give your power away to doubt or fear. Stand boldly and say, "I speak wealth. I command prosperity. I am open to receive abundant riches." Let no man or circumstance shake your conviction. One more thing to remember. Speak only of what you want, not what you don't want. Words like, "I don't want to be poor," or "I don't want to struggle," still contain the word poor and struggle, and these images remain in your mind's eye. Your mind does not hear the don't, it hears the keywords and manifests them. Therefore, focus on what you desire. Picture and speak the positive. For example, instead of saying, "I don't want to be broke," say, "I am financially free." Instead of, "I don't want to be in debt," say, "I am financially secure and debt-free." This subtle shift in language changes your energy and attracts what you desire. Now, many great souls throughout history have attested to the power of speaking with authority. The ancient scriptures say, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue." Think about that. Every word you utter is like a command to life itself. The question is, are you commanding life or death over your finance? If you want your money to multiply forever, you must become a fearless commander. Do not whisper your desires. Do not mumble your prayers. Stand tall and proclaim with confidence. When you walk into a store, when you make a phone call, when you do your work, let your speech be seasoned with faith and authority. You may say to yourself, "I am not used to this. I feel foolish," but that is the voice of your old self, your old program. You are shedding that old skin today. You are stepping into the new you. A master of wealth, a commander of abundance. Practice this daily. Write your affirmations on cards. Place them where you will see them often. Speak them in your car, in the shower, in the quiet moments of the day. Speak with the feeling of already having what you desire. Feel the joy, the relief, the freedom, because feeling is the secret ingredient that ignites the power of your words. Let me remind you too, that your words influence not only your mind, but the minds of those around you. If you complain about money in front of your family, your coworkers, your friends, you sow seeds of limitation in their lives and in yours. But if you speak of wealth, of financial peace, you inspire and uplift. You create an atmosphere where money can flourish. So choose your words carefully. Become aware of the power that lies within your speech. You are a creator, a speaker of worlds. Now, there is one more truth I must share about speaking with authority over money. Sometimes your feelings may try to contradict your words. You may speak words of abundance, but feel fear and lack inside. This is common, but you must not give in to the feelings. Remember, the outer world is the effect, The inner world is the cause. You must keep your inner world aligned with your spoken word. If fear arises, do not fight it or suppress it. Acknowledge it and release it with a command. Say, I release fear now. I choose faith. Replace every fearful thought with a confident word, and continue to speak your affirmations with authority. Over time, your feelings will catch up with your words. Your subconscious will accept the new reality. Your money will multiply. I also urge you to watch your self-talk. When you catch yourself saying, I can't afford this, or I don't have enough, stop and replace it immediately with, I am capable of affording all I need, or money is flowing to me now. Make your words your friends, your allies, your commands. Finally, remember this. Speaking with authority over money is an act of love. Love for yourself and your future. When you command your money, you demonstrate that you respect and value the divine abundance within you. You are saying, I deserve prosperity, I welcome it, I claim it. This mindset opens the floodgates of wealth. So, beloved friends, as you leave this moment, carry this truth in your heart. Your spoken words are your most powerful tool. Use them wisely, use them boldly. Speak with authority over your finances, and watch the miracles unfold. 3. Release the fear of spending. Dear friends, as we gather here today in the spirit of abundance, I want to speak about a shadow that dims the light of prosperity in so many hearts: the fear of spending. This fear, though subtle, is a thief in the night. It steals your joy, it clogs the flow of money, and it creates invisible barriers that stop your wealth from multiplying. If you truly desire your money to multiply forever, you must first confront this fear and then release it with the power of faith. Let me explain why this fear arises and how it destroys the divine circulation of money. Fear of spending often grows from the illusion of scarcity, from the belief that every coin you release is lost forever. It is the voice that says, if I spend money now, I won't have enough later. This voice is a liar. Money is not like a bucket with a fixed quantity of water. It is more like a river. It flows endlessly when the channels are open. When you clutch your money with fear, you dam the river. The water pools up behind the dam, but no new water flows in. But when you give money with love, with confidence, with gratitude, you open the gates for the river to rush through freely, bringing with it fresh abundance. Here is a profound spiritual law. Money loves to circulate. It is like energy. It cannot be stored without loss. If you hoard money out of fear, you block its movement and stop its growth. Money needs to be released to grow. I know it sounds counterintuitive. You may ask, how can spending money make me rich? But listen carefully. When you spend money joyfully and wisely, you send out a message to the universe that you trust in its provision. That message is received and answered with more money flowing to you. The fear of spending is a chain around your financial ankle. It weighs you down and keeps you from stepping into your full prosperity. So how do you release this fear? The first step is to change your mindset about spending. Begin to see every dollar you spend as a seed sown in fertile soil. Every bill you pay, every gift you give, every purchase you make, is a seed that will return to you multiplied. This is not mere wishful thinking. It is a spiritual principle. When you give, you open yourself to receive. When you spend with joy, you invite the universe to bless your finances. The scriptures say, give and it shall be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together and running over. This promise is not just spiritual fluff. It is a cosmic truth. So I want you to begin blessing your spending. Every time you pay a bill, say aloud or in your heart, I bless this money. I release it with love. It returns to me multiplied. When you buy something for yourself, say, I am worthy of abundance. I receive this gift joyfully. When you give to others, say, I bless this gift and receive blessings in return. These words turn your spending into a sacred ritual of abundance. They change your energy from fear to faith, and the universe responds. Now some of you may say, but I have debts, I must be careful, I cannot spend freely. Yes, prudence is wisdom. But fear is not prudence. You can be careful and joyful at the same time. When you pay your debts, bless them. Say, I pay this debt gladly, knowing that I am clearing the way for new abundance. When you release money in faith, you clear the channel for more money to flow in. Do not let fear of spending stop the flow. The second step to releasing fear is to practice gratitude for every expenditure. Gratitude is the soil in which abundance grows. When you thank the universe for the money you have and the money you spend, you signal your trust in the divine supply. Keep a gratitude journal. Write down every time money flows out and say why you are grateful. Gratitude transforms the act of spending from a burden to a blessing. The third step is to visualize the return on your spending. Whenever money leaves your hands, imagine it returning to you tenfold. See it multiplying like seeds bursting into fruit. Feel the joy of receiving more than you gave. This powerful visualization activates the law of attraction. Your subconscious mind cannot distinguish between imagination and reality. By holding this vision, you command your money to multiply forever. I want to share a story that illustrates this truth. A man once came to me burdened with fear about spending. He was afraid that any dollar he spent would make his lack worse. I told him to try an experiment. For 1 month he would bless every dollar he spent, release it with love, and visualize it returning multiplied. At first he was skeptical, but he obeyed. By the end of the month he reported that his income had increased. Unexpected checks arrived. Opportunities opened. He learned that money responds to joyful circulation. Dear friends, money is not your enemy. It is a faithful servant waiting for your command. When you release fear and spend with faith, you open the door to endless multiplication. So today I ask you, are you willing to release your fear of spending? Are you ready to bless your money and command it to grow? Say it now with me. I release all fear of spend. I bless every dollar I spend. I command my money to multiply forever. Repeat this daily until it becomes your truth. You will see a transformation in your finances, your attitude, and your life. Remember, wealth is not about hoarding, it is about joyful, confident circulation. Money is a river, and you are the channel. Keep the river flowing with love, gratitude, and faith. 4. Destroy the myth of scarcity. Beloved friends, today we address a most insidious and destructive belief that has kept millions bound in financial chains: the myth of scarcity. This myth whispers in your ear, there is never enough. You must compete fiercely for what little exists. If others prosper, you lose. This lie, this falsehood is a prison built by the fearful mind. But I come to you with a message of liberation. The universe is infinite in supply. There is more than enough for everyone, and you, beloved, are included in that abundance. This is a divine law, a law as true as the rising sun. There is no shortage of prosperity, no limitation in divine resources. The scarcity you see around you is a mere illusion, a veil cast by man's misunderstanding and fear. Let us pull back this veil together. Consider the stars in the sky. They do not fight for light. Each one shines fully, without taking from another. Consider the ocean waves. They never cease. They do not diminish because another wave rises beside it. The law of abundance is written into the very fabric of creation. When you believe in scarcity, you place yourself outside this divine flow. You tell the universe, I do not trust your supply. I will cling to what little I have. But when you embrace abundance, you say, I am part of the infinite. I claim my share freely and joyfully. To destroy the myth of scarcity, you must first recognize that scarcity is a thought form. It is a belief repeated so often that it becomes accepted as reality. But what you believe with your mind and heart becomes your world. If you have been living with the belief that money is scarce, it is no wonder that money has seemed scarce. Your life is a mirror reflecting your inner beliefs. So the first act of liberation is to change your inner beliefs. Begin to tell yourself the truth. There is more than enough for me. The supply of money is limitless and eternal. And connected to infinite abundance. Say these words every day with conviction. Say them until they replace the old belief of scarcity. Now some may say, but the economy is tight, jobs are few, and bills are many. How can there be abundance? My answer is simple. The universe is not bound by economic conditions or human limitation. The universe is boundless, and its laws operate independently of human crisis. The laws of prosperity do not falter because the news says so. You may be experiencing temporary conditions of lack, but they do not define your destiny. When you plant seeds of abundance in your mind, you begin to harvest abundance in your life. Let me share with you a truth often forgotten. When you compete for resources, you create conflict. But when you focus on attraction and alignment, you create cooperation with the universe. The universe does not play a zero-sum game. If someone else gains wealth, it does not take from you. Your prosperity is your own unique expression, not a share of a limited pot. This is why you must stop comparing yourself to others. Comparison breeds jealousy, fear, and limitation. Instead, celebrate the success of others. Say, their prosperity blesses the world. My prosperity blesses the world. There is room for all to be rich. There is room for all to live abundantly. There is room for you. Now I want to address another powerful aspect of destroying scarcity. Release the fear of lack by affirming your trust in divine supply. When you say, there is never enough, you are closing the door on opportunity. When you say, the universe is abundant, you open the door wide. Trust that your needs will be met in perfect timing and perfect way. Say daily, I trust the universe to provide all I need. I release all fears of lack and embrace faith in abundance. Faith is the key that unlocks the storehouse of the universe. Without faith, your commands remain powerless. With faith, mountains move. Now, how do you cultivate this faith? Begin by recognizing the abundance already present in your life. Look around you, count your blessings, the roof over your head, the food on your table, the breath in your lungs. These are all expressions of divine abundance. Gratitude for what you have expands your capacity to receive more. Practice gratitude daily. Write down 10 things you are grateful for. Feel the gratitude in your heart. Gratitude is a magnet for more blessings. Next, release resentment and envy. These emotions block abundance. If you find yourself feeling bitter about others' success, stop and shift your thoughts. Say, I release envy. I celebrate others' blessings. I open myself to my own. When you bless others, you bless yourself. You align with the energy of plenty. Remember, the law of attraction responds to vibration. If your vibration is one of scarcity, you attract scarcity. If your vibration is one of abundance, you attract abundance. Therefore, take control of your thoughts, your feelings, your words. Guard them carefully. Become a sentinel of your inner kingdom. Now, to further destroy the myth of scarcity, I encourage you to practice generosity. Giving opens the channel for receiving. When you give, you declare your trust that the universe will replace what you release. You say, I have more than enough to share. Even small acts of generosity can shift your energy profoundly. Give a smile, a kind word, a donation. Give without expectation, and watch the blessings return. Some may worry, what if I give and do not get back? Faith dispels that worry. Give because it is your nature to give. Give because the universe is abundant. Give because you are an instrument of divine flow. In closing this step, remember this. The myth of scarcity is a story, not a truth. You have the power to rewrite your story. You have the authority to destroy the lie and embrace the truth. The truth that the universe is limitless, that you are worthy of infinite wealth, that your money multiplies forever. Say it with me now. I destroy the myth of scarcity in my mind and heart. I embrace the truth of abundance. I am open to receive infinite wealth. There is more than enough for me and everyone. Hold this truth in your heart. Speak it daily. Live it boldly. And watch as the walls of limitation crumble. You are free. You are abundant. You are wealthy, beyond measure. 5. Tithe to the universe with gratitude. Beloved friends, now that we have embraced the sacred truth of abundance and spoken with authority over our finances, we come to a holy practice, a divine secret that unlocks the continuous flow of wealth, tithing to the universe with gratitude. Tithing is not merely a religious tradition or a financial obligation. It is a universal spiritual law, a principle as old as creation itself. The law of tithing is simple yet profound. When you give a portion of your income back to the universe, you open yourself to receive blessings many times greater. You may ask, why must I give away what I am trying to keep? The answer lies in the principle of circulation, the sacred flow of giving and receiving. Money, like energy, must move to grow. When you hold on to money tightly, fearing loss, you create blockage in the flow. But when you release a portion with a joyful and grateful heart, you signal your trust in divine supply. You declare, I am a channel of abundance. I give freely, knowing I will receive abundantly. This act of giving is not a loss, but but a spiritual investment. Let me assure you, giving in faith does not impoverish you. On the contrary, it enriches you. The universe is like a generous parent, waiting to bless the hands that open in generosity. Many have experienced miraculous returns after faithful tithing. Doors that were closed suddenly opened. Opportunities that seemed impossible appeared. Financial chains were broken. Now some may say, "I cannot afford to give. I barely have enough." I understand, but remember, tithing is not measured by the size of your wallet, but by the size of your faith. Even a small portion given with love and gratitude activates the law. Consider the widow who gave 2 small coins and found her faith honored beyond measure, or the farmer who sowed a handful of seeds and reaped a 100-fold harvest. The size of your gift is less important than the spirit in which it is given, so begin where you are. Decide on a portion of your income, a 10th, a 20th, or even less. Give it with gratitude, not obligation. Give it joyfully, knowing you are partnering with the universe. As you do this, watch how your money multiplies. Now, how does tithing work on a spiritual level? When you give, you release resistance. You dissolve fear and scarcity. You create an open channel for blessings. Giving is a way of affirming your trust in divine abundance. It says, "I do not cling to money because I know it flows endlessly." Also, giving reminds you that money is not your possession but a sacred trust. You are a steward of divine wealth. When you recognize this, you handle money with respect and wisdom. Tithing cultivates a heart of humility and gratitude. Gratitude is the soil where abundance grows. When you thank the universe for your income, your expenses, and your giving, you create a powerful vibration that attracts more. I encourage you to keep a gratitude journal specifically for tithing. Write down every time you give and the blessings you receive. This practice magnifies your awareness of divine provision. Furthermore, tithing connects you to the energy of generosity. Generosity is a magnet for miracles. It is a language the universe understands. The more you give, the more you open the floodgates. Now let us speak about the blessings that come from tithing. They are not always immediate or obvious. Sometimes blessings come as peace of mind. Sometimes as opportunities or ideas. Sometimes as unexpected gifts. Do not limit your expectations. Be open to receive in all forms. The universe's ways are mysterious and wonderful. Remember too that tithing is not only about money. You can tithe your time, your talents, your kindness. Give what you have with a joyful heart. This holistic giving deepens your alignment with abundance. Let me share a story of a woman who faithfully tithed despite hardships. She gave a small portion of her meager earnings every week. One day, she lost her job. Instead of despairing, she trusted the law she had practiced. Within weeks, a better job came, one that paid more and fulfilled her soul. Her faithful giving had opened a door. You see, tithing is an act of faith in the unseen. It is a declaration that you believe in the invisible supply. It is a spiritual seed that blossoms into a harvest of abundance. Now, some may fear giving because they think it will drain them. But understand this. When you give with the right heart, the universe blesses you abundantly. It is like pressing down a sponge. The more you press, the more water it holds. Your generosity expands your capacity to receive. So today, I invite you to make a sacred commitment. Choose to tithe to the universe with gratitude. Set aside your offering as a holy act. Say a prayer over your gift. I give freely and joyfully. I trust in divine abundance. I receive blessings many times over. Do this consistently. Make it a spiritual discipline. Watch as your money multiplies, your heart expands, and your life transforms. In closing, remember these words. Giving is receiving. Tithing is the key to unlocking divine treasure. Gratitude is the foundation of lasting wealth. So give, beloved friends. Give with joy. Give with faith. Give with a grateful heart, and your money will multiply forever. 6. Guard your thoughts like a treasure. Beloved friends, as we continue on this path of commanding your money to multiply forever, I bring before you a profound truth, a truth that stands at the very core of all manifestation. Your thoughts are the architects of your financial destiny. Yes, your thoughts shape your reality. They are the invisible forces that construct the walls of your fortune or the fences of your limitation. If you would master the flow of money, you must first master your mind. Guard your thoughts like a precious treasure, for they hold the blueprint of your wealth. It is said by wise teachers, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." This is no mere phrase but a divine law. Your inner world of thoughts, beliefs, and feelings will always manifest in your outer world of experiences. If your thoughts are filled with worry, doubt, and limitation, your financial life will reflect scarcity and struggle. But if your thoughts are rich with faith, confidence, and abundance, your financial life will overflow with blessings. Now, many people do not realize how powerful their habitual thinking is. Thoughts, like seeds, are planted deep within your subconscious mind. The subconscious is the fertile soil that nurtures these seeds until they bear fruit. If you consistently think, money is hard to get, or I am always struggling, those seeds grow into a harvest of lack. But if you think, money flows easily to me, or I am worthy of wealth, those seeds grow into a garden of plenty. So how do you guard your thoughts? First, become aware of the quality of your thinking. Observe the mental chatter that runs through your mind daily. Are your thoughts empowering or disempowering? Do they build you up or tear you down? Do they nourish your faith or feed your fear? This awareness is the first step to change. You cannot change what you do not see. Next, take control by consciously choosing your thought. This is a practice, a spiritual discipline. Each time a negative thought arises, do not allow it to take root. Stop it immediately. Replace it with a positive, affirming thought. For example, when the thought "I cannot afford this" comes, replace it with "I am capable of affording what I need." When you hear "I don't have enough," replace it with "abundance flows to me effortless." This conscious redirection is like pruning a tree to encourage healthy growth. Do it consistently, and your mind will bloom with prosperity. Now I encourage you to use affirmations as a tool to guard your thought. Affirmations are powerful statements that impress your subconscious with new beliefs. Here are some affirmations to fortify your financial mind. I attract money easily and joyfully. My financial wisdom grows daily. Speak these affirmations aloud daily, with feeling. Let them echo in your soul. This repetition rewires your mental patterns and sets you free. Another tool to guard your thoughts is visualization. Imagine yourself living in financial freedom. See yourself paying bills with ease, enjoying luxuries, helping others generously. Feel the joy and relief as though it is already true. Your subconscious mind cannot distinguish between imagined and real experience. By visualizing abundance, you magnetize it to yourself. Spend time daily in this mental rehearsal of wealth. Now, beloved, I must caution you about the company you keep and the media you consume. Your environment influences your thoughts profoundly. If you surround yourself with pessimistic people who constantly complain about money, their thoughts may seep into yours. If you feed your mind with news of economic downturns and financial disasters, your thoughts may become fearful and limited. Be vigilant. Choose your company wisely. Seek uplifting, empowering voices. Consume media that encourages faith and prosperity. Protect your mental atmosphere as you would your physical one. Now, an often overlooked aspect of guarding your thoughts is to be patient and kind with yourself. Changing lifelong thought patterns takes time and gentle persistence. If negative thoughts arise, do not condemn yourself. Simply notice, release, and replace. Be as patient with your mind as a gardener is with a growing plant. Another key is to practice mindfulness. Stay present in the moment rather than worrying about the future or lamenting the past. Fearful thoughts about money often dwell in future what-ifs or past mistakes. By bringing your awareness back to the present, you reduce anxiety and open space for faith. Prayer and meditation are powerful allies in this process. Quiet your mind daily and invite peace and clarity. Ask the divine to help you think thoughts of wealth and wisdom. Now let me remind you that your thoughts are contagious. They influence not only your reality, but also the people around you. When you think and speak positively about money, you uplift others. You create an environment where wealth can thrive collectively. When you guard your thoughts, you become a beacon of prosperity. People will be drawn to your confidence and light. They will seek your wisdom. You will become a source of inspiration. To close this step, I want you to repeat after me, with full faith. I guard my thoughts as sacred treasures. I choose thoughts of abundance, joy, and faith. My mind is a garden of prosperity. I attract and receive limitless wealth. Remember, your thoughts are the invisible architects of your financial destiny. Guard them wisely, nurture them daily, and watch your money multiply forever. 7. Cultivate the spirit of gratitude, beloved friends. As we journey together on this sacred path of commanding your money to multiply forever, I now bring you a treasure of divine wisdom, the spirit of gratitude. Gratitude is not simply a polite thank you uttered when something good happens. No, it is far more powerful. It is a profound spiritual force that transforms your entire relationship with money and life itself. Gratitude is the magnet that draws blessings to your door. It is the alchemy that turns what you have into more than enough. It is the secret key that unlocks the unlimited storehouse of the universe. If you desire your money to multiply forever, you must cultivate the spirit of gratitude as the soil in which your prosperity grows. Now, why is gratitude so powerful? Because gratitude changes your vibration. Your thoughts and feelings emit a frequency that attracts like energy. When you are grateful, your vibration aligns with abundance. When you are ungrateful or complain, your vibration aligns with lack. This is a law as certain as the rising sun. Gratitude opens the heart. It shifts your focus from what is missing to what is present. It awakens you to the endless blessings already surrounding you. And by focusing on blessings, you create a fertile ground for more blessings to grow. Gratitude is a form of faith. It says to the universe, I trust your goodness, I trust your provision. This trust unleashes the flow of abundance. So how do you cultivate gratitude? First, become aware of your blessings. Begin each day by listing all the things you are grateful for, big and small. The roof over your head, the food on your table, the breath in your lungs, the love of family and friends, your talents and opportunities. No blessing is too small. Write them down. Feel the gratitude in your heart. Make this a daily habit. The more you practice gratitude, the more your heart will overflow. Second, express your gratitude. Speak it aloud. Thank the universe, God, your higher self, whatever name you give to the divine. Say thank you for the money I have. Thank you for the money that is coming. Thank you for the abundance in my life. When you express gratitude, you reinforce your connection to abundance. Third, practice gratitude in your spending and giving. Before paying a bill, say thank you for this money and the services it provides. Before purchasing, say thank you for this opportunity to enjoy and share. When you give, say thank you for the privilege of sharing my blessings. This transforms money exchanges into sacred acts. Fourth, use gratitude to overcome fear and lack. When you feel anxious about money, shift your focus immediately to what you are grateful for. Feel the emotion of gratitude rising in your heart. This will raise your vibration and dispel fear. Now, beloved friends, I want to share with you a powerful story. A man came to me overwhelmed by financial troubles. He was drowning in debt and despair. I told him to begin a gratitude journal. Every day he wrote 10 things he was grateful for. At first, it felt forced, but over time his heart softened. His perspective shifted. New ideas and opportunities began to appear. His debts began to clear. His money began to multiply. The spirit of gratitude had transformed his life. You see, gratitude is not just a feeling, it is a force. It reshapes your consciousness, and therefore your circumstances. Now, some may ask, but what if I have nothing to be grateful for? What if I am in deep lack? My dear friends, even in the darkest hour, there is always a spark of gratitude. Gratitude for breath, gratitude for a moment of peace, gratitude for a kind word. Seek out those sparks and fan them into flames. The divine light of gratitude will guide you out of lack. Another key to gratitude is to share your blessings. When you share your time, your talents, your resources with others, you multiply your own blessing. Generosity and gratitude are twins, hand in hand. Giving amplifies gratitude. Gratitude fuels giving. Together they create a virtuous cycle of abundance. Now, I urge you to make a gratitude altar or a special place in your home. Place there symbols of your blessings, photos, gifts, notes, reminders. Visit this altar daily. Speak your gratitude there. Let it become a sanctuary of abundance. Also, practice gratitude meditation. Sit quietly and reflect on all you are thankful for. Feel the emotion rise and fill your being. Breathe in gratitude. Breathe out joy. This meditation centers you and aligns you with wealth. In closing this step, I ask you to make a sacred vow with me. Repeat these words from your heart. I cultivate the spirit of gratitude in all areas of my life. I give thanks for my current blessings and those yet to come. I open my heart to receive unlimited abundance. My money multiplies forever in the fertile soil of gratitude. Hold this vow as a treasure, speak it daily, live it boldly, and watch as your life becomes a shining testament to the power of gratitude. Remember, abundance is not something you acquire, it is something you awaken to. By cultivating gratitude, you awaken to the endless riches that have been yours all along. 8. Align your actions with divine will. Beloved friends, we have walked together through sacred truths and spiritual laws that govern the multiplication of money. We have learned to command with words, to release fear, to destroy scarcity, and to cultivate gratitude. Now, in this vital step, I invite you to align your actions with divine will. For the law of manifestation is twofold. You must think rightly and also act rightly. Thoughts and words set the stage, but actions bring the vision into physical reality. Alignment with divine will means that your efforts flow in harmony with the cosmic order, the eternal intelligence that governs all creation. It is not enough to desire wealth or command it with words. You must walk the path that the universe lays before you with faith and integrity. To align with divine will is to move in rhythm with the invisible currents of providence. It is to surrender your ego's impatience and trust the perfect timing and means of abundance. Many fail in their financial aspirations, not because they lack desire or faith, but because their actions oppose divine principles. They may engage in dishonest means, hurried schemes, or anxious scrambling. But abundance is never born of deceit or desperation. It is born of clarity, honesty, and inspired action. So how do you align your actions with divine will? First, seek clarity through introspection and prayer. Ask the divine to reveal your true purpose and the best way to serve with your talents and resources. Listen attentively to your intuition and inner guidance. When you feel clarity, move forward confidently. Second, act with integrity. Let your dealings be honest, fair, and kind. Conduct your financial affairs as you would want others to treat you. Integrity attracts blessing. It builds a foundation that can support a lifetime of prosperity. Third, practice patience and persistence. Divine timing is perfect, even when it challenges your human desires. If doors close, trust that better doors will open. If progress seems slow, persevere in faith. Remember, the oak tree grows slowly but becomes mighty. Consistency in righteous action compounds into great results. Fourth, be generous with your talents and time. Offer your skills freely in service to others. In giving your best work, you align with divine abundance. Your efforts become offerings, and offerings return blessings. Fifth, stay open to unexpected opportunities. The universe often answers prayers in surprising ways. Be ready to receive and act on opportunities beyond your imagination. Stay flexible and joyful. Now, beloved, I urge you to avoid the trap of forced effort. Many try to push money into existence with frantic toil or manipulation, but forced effort exhausts your energy and repels abundance. Instead, cultivate a calm and joyful diligence. Work with enthusiasm, not desperation. Work with love, not fear. Sixth, keep your heart free from attachment to outcomes. Do your best and release the results to the divine. Trust that what you need will come in the right way and time. Attachment breeds anxiety. Surrender breeds peace. Seventh, learn from failure and correction. If your actions do not yield the results you desire, do not despair. Reflect on your course. Seek guidance. Adjust your path. Failure is a teacher, not a sentence. Now, let me share a story of a woman who aligned her actions with divine will. She had a dream of financial independence. Instead of rushing into risky ventures, she spent months in prayer and planning. She sought wise counsel, studied her field, and refined her skills. With integrity and patience, she launched her business. Opportunities appeared gradually but surely. Her business grew steadily. She gave generously and stayed grateful. Her money multiplied beyond her expectations. This is the power of alignment. Beloved friends, I invite you now to make a solemn commitment. Repeat with me. I commit to aligning my actions with divine will. I seek clarity, act with integrity, and move in faith and patience. I give generously and receive joyfully. My efforts are guided and blessed. My money multiplies forever in perfect harmony with the universe. Hold this commitment close. Let it inspire every step you take. Remember, Wealth is a dance between the spiritual and the practical. Align your spirit in your hands, trust the divine flow, and watch as your money multiplies without ceasing. 9. Speak the language of abundance. Beloved friends, as we near the culmination of our sacred journey to command your money to multiply forever, I bring to you a powerful secret: the power of your words. Words are not mere sounds or symbols. They are living forces that shape your reality. The language you speak, especially about money and wealth, creates the blueprint for your financial life. If you desire abundance, you must speak the language of abundance. To speak the language of abundance is to declare, affirm, and proclaim your prosperity with faith and authority. It is to use words as instruments of creation, not limitation. Now, many people unknowingly speak the language of poverty. They complain about money problems, fear scarcity, say I can't afford that, or money is always tight. These words are curses that chain the speaker to lack. Words have power. When you speak negatively about money, you attract more negativity. When you complain about scarcity, you call more scarcity into your life. Beloved friends, it is time to break free from the shackles of poverty language. You must choose your words carefully and deliberately. You must become a master of the language of wealth. This language is rooted in faith, confidence, and gratitude. It uses affirmations such as take, money flows to me in endless streams. I am a magnet for wealth and prosperity. Say these words boldly and frequently. Speak them as if your prosperity is already here. Why? Because your subconscious mind hears your words as commands. Your words form a reality that your mind and body then create. Remember, the universe responds to your declaration. The power of your tongue is immense. Let me remind you of the sacred scripture. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. This means your words can bring life, rich, abundant life, or death, lack, and limitation. Therefore, guard your speech as a precious treasure. If a negative thought arises, do not allow it to be spoken. Replace it with a positive, affirming statement. If you hear others speaking words of lack, gently change the conversation. You may say, I choose to speak only words of abundance. Beloved friends, this is not denial or wishful thinking, it is spiritual warfare. You are fighting for your financial freedom with your words. And you will win when you declare the truth of abundance. Now, beyond affirmations, use positive money mantras. Repeat phrases that uplift your spirit and focus your mind. Here are some examples. Eros, I command my money to multiply forever. Every dollar I spend returns to me multiplied. Another important practice is to speak about money with respect and joy. When you talk about money, do so with reverence. See it as sacred energy. Speak with joy about receiving and giving money. Your emotional tone colors your words with power. Joy-filled words carry a higher vibration and attract more abundance. Now, beloved friends, avoid gossip and complaining about finances. Such speech creates negative energy that blocks blessings. Instead, focus conversations on solutions, gratitude, and growth. Share stories of financial victories, however small. Celebrate progress and breakthroughs. Your words inspire others and reinforce your own faith. Let me share a story of a man who transformed his finances through the power of speech. He used to say, I'm always broke. One day, he decided to change. He began to declare, money flows to me easily and abundantly. He wrote affirmations on cards and posted them around his home. He spoke prosperity words daily. Within months, unexpected money appeared. Opportunities came knocking. His money began to multiply. This is the power of speaking the language of abundance. Finally, beloved friends, combine your words with belief and feeling. Words alone are empty without conviction. When you speak, feel the reality of your word. Feel the excitement, the gratitude, the joy of abundance. Emotion fuels manifestation. When you declare, I command my money to multiply forever, feel the certainty in your heart. Speak as if you already own your wealth. Your words will shape your destiny. In closing this step, repeat with me, I speak the language of abundance. My words are life and prosperity. I command my money to multiply forever. I am a powerful creator of wealth. I attract and receive unlimited blessings. Hold these words as a sacred shield. Speak them daily, live them boldly, and watch as your money multiplies without end. 10. Live as a prosperous being now. Beloved friends, we have traveled a blessed path together, learning sacred laws and divine principles to command your money to multiply forever. Now at this final step, I call you to embody the truth you have received, to live as a prosperous being now. Too often, we delay our wealth. We say, when I have more money, I will feel abundant. When I succeed, I will be happy. But this is a great illusion, a trap of the mind. Prosperity is not a future event. It is a present reality. It is a state of being. You do not become wealthy only when your bank account grows or your assets multiply. You become wealthy the moment you claim abundance as your birthright and live from that truth. To live as a prosperous being now means to see yourself as rich, whole, and abundant in this very moment. It means to act, think, and feel in alignment with abundance, regardless of your current circumstances. When you live in this way, you become a magnet for wealth. The universe recognizes your true nature and matches your inner reality with outer manifestation. Now, how do you live as a prosperous being now? First, dress and carry yourself with confidence and dignity. Your appearance and demeanor communicate your self-worth to the world. Wear clothes that make you feel good, stand tall, smile, and walk with purpose. Your external expression reflects your internal state. Second, use your wealth freely and wisely. Do not hoard or shrink away. Spend money on yourself and others with joy and confidence. Invest in your growth, your health, and your happiness. When you use money as a tool for good, you honor its divine purpose. Third, cultivate a mindset of abundance in all areas of life. See opportunities where others see obstacles. Find solutions where others find problems. Speak words of power and blessing about your finance. Imagine yourself already living in financial freedom. Fourth, practice generosity daily. Give your time, your talents, your resources. Generosity expands your heart and opens channels for greater blessings. Fifth, surround yourself with positive influence. Spend time with people who uplift your spirit and encourage your growth. Avoid negative conversations and limiting beliefs. Create an environment that supports your prosperous vision. 6. Express gratitude continually. Thank the universe for all your blessings, big and small. Gratitude amplifies your abundance vibration. 7th, take inspired action. Do not wait passively for wealth to come. Move forward with faith and courage on opportunities aligned with your purpose. 8th, stay patient and persistent. Trust divine timing. Know that all your efforts and prayers are building toward a harvest. Now, beloved friends, embody this truth. You are wealth incarnate. Your being radiates abundance. You are a child of the infinite source. There is nothing lacking in you. When you live as a prosperous being now, you declare to the universe, I am ready, I am worthy, I am abundant, and the universe answers your declaration with blessings beyond measure. Let me share a story of a man who embraced this truth. Though his bank account was modest, he dressed with care, spoke words of abundance, gave generously, and acted with confidence. People noticed his radiant energy. Opportunities came knocking. His finances began to multiply. He became a living example of prosperity. Beloved, you too can live this way. Do not wait. Claim your prosperity now. Repeat with me. I live as a prosperous being now. I am rich in spirit and in substance. I carry myself with confidence and joy. I give generously and receive abundance. My money multiplies forever in the light of my truth. Hold these words close. Let them guide your daily life. And know this: abundance is not a distant dream. It is your present reality. Live it boldly. Live it joyfully. Live it now. This completes your 10-step journey to command your money to multiply forever.